Hey guys, so today's video I'm hoping is going to really help some people, and specifically for the crowd that has oily skin. And I'm so sorry about my dog going crazy with his bowl. Anyways, he has like an issue with like playing with his food bowl like that, and he just like kicks it and thinks it's funny. Anyways, this is kind of tips on how to kind of control your oily skin. Now, I have a few things to show you guys with oily eyelids, but basically oily skin, like oily face. And the reason I kind of got on this topic is because, first of all, I've been making a ton of videos lately. I've been uploading like 1 or 2 videos a day, which is a lot for what I've been doing lately, or what I have done in the past. So I like upload one and then wait like 2 weeks and then upload another one. Like, it was kind of spacey. But now it's becoming like a normal routine, and I've not found like a lot of like ideas. If you guys have any ideas and like video requests, leave them below in the comments or in my inbox. I get a lot in my inbox, so if you guys are more comfortable putting them in my inbox, then please do. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas, let me know, because I am searching for ideas and scrounging. But today I was like, I have to talk about this topic, because when I was walking home, I noticed on my nose, which has been happening a lot, my makeup is completely coming off, and it's super, super oily. And it's not the new products I use, because I haven't been really using any like new foundations. I've been using the ones I've been using before, like just kind of like switching it up. And I've never seen this result with any of mine lately. And I haven't been using any new powders or anything like that. The only powder I've been using that's new is this blush. But I haven't been using anything new, and it's so weird. And I was like, what is going on with my nose? Because this has never happened before. So basically, I wanted to show you guys what I did when I got home, which is also a tip for oily skin people, is the Clean and Clear Oil Absorbing Sheets. And I want to show you guys what came out of my sheet. And basically, these sheets, how they work is you just take them and you rub them on your skin, and they're not, Luke! They're not supposed to remove your makeup. They're just gonna kind of help with the oil and absorb it. But the sheerer the sheet gets on the specific spot that you apply on your face, the more oil you have in your skin, and the more translucent it gets, obviously. You guys should see how translucent this got, and I basically only applied this on my nose. That is completely, and like, that is so gross. Like, I was so disgusted. I was like, this was only on my nose. Like, I just focused it right here, like right around this area and on the tip of my nose. Like, I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? So basically what I do with these sheets is use these twice a day. I use them before I do my makeup, and when I see oily spots, I just kind of like flop them on my face where I see the oily spots, so it won't remove my makeup, but it will remove the oil. And this is a really great product because these are portable, and they have a little adhesive sheet right here where you press on the front and you press on the back, and this just basically gets the sheet connected to the adhesive. So when I pull it up, it already has a ready-to-go sheet that you can just peel off the little adhesive and use. And these are really nice products. These are by Clean and Clear, and I definitely do suggest these for oily skin people, because I do see a difference when I use these before I do my makeup. It kind of prevents the oil from like happening right when you apply your makeup. The next thing a lot of people are afraid of, especially if you have oily skin, is to do the moisturizing step. Now, my mom has a combination of oily skin. Whenever I do my makeup, I whip out the moisturizer because that's just like naturally what I do. And she was like, nope, I don't want the moisturizer. I hate the moisturizer. We'll do it next time. And then the next time, nope, I don't want the moisturizer. And I think she's just afraid to see like what the results are, because she thinks it'll be super oily when it's not going to be, especially if you use an oil-free moisturizer. Now, the one that I love and that has not caused any problems at all is the Clean and Clear Oil-Free Dual Action Moisturizer. I've talked about this a few times in my videos. This is like my obsession for nighttime moisturizing lately. I've been obsessed with this for about a year, ever since my friend recommended me to this, and I have been loving it. I have been trying out different ones every once in a while when I get a new one, but this has been like the only product I go back to. And this is super moisturizing, and it just moisturizes like the dry skin areas, and kind of like, it doesn't add oil, but it doesn't like not moisturize those areas that do have the major oil problems. But I do suggest an oil-free moisturizer because that's a super important step with your makeup, and I cannot go a day without moisturizing. Like, I feel like my skin feels so gross. And the next step is using a setting spray. Now, not this specific one, but this is the only one I own right now. I actually just ordered from Outlook a extra large bottle of the D-Slick Urban Decay by Skindinavia spray. Um, that I've heard really good reviews on, especially if you have oily skin, obviously, because it's called D-Slick and it's supposed to reduce the oil in your skin and really set your makeup and keep it long-lasting. But, I've heard really great things about these. Also, Skindinavia has really nice ones. And if you do have, like, dry skin and you are looking for an setting spray, I suggest the Dew Me one. That's supposed to give you, like, a dewy glow. But basically, I ordered that a few weeks ago, and the order date is tomorrow, but my dad is never home. I only ship my packages to my dad's house. It's just like that's what I do every time I order something offline. But, basically, the ship date is tomorrow. My dad's never home because he works, so they leave the little sticker thing you need to sign and then leave it the next morning. So I should have it by Thursday, and I'll let you guys know. If you want a review on that spray when I start using it, let me know, and I will let you guys know how much I like it or how much I don't like it. And if you guys have any video requests, again, leave them below because I really am scrounging for ideas because I'm obsessed with making videos now. I don't know why. I have this weird craze every time I come home. I'm like, I have to make a video. That is something I really want to do. But I'm not just obsessed with makeup, like a makeup kind of girl. Anyways, back onto the subject. This is supposed to really help, and what I do with setting sprays is I apply a few squirts, which I think 1 or 2 is fine. 3 or 4 is overboard for me. I feel like that's that's too much. So what I do is 1 or 2 squirts, and then I let that sit with my moisturizer, and then move on to my eye makeup, and then do my face makeup. And then after I do everything, eyes and all, I spray a few squirts, 1 or 2. And kind of let that sit before I kind of pat where the areas got a little bit too wet. But I really, really, really suggest a setting spray, especially if you have oily skin. And then regarding primers, well, okay. I have another one that I don't own, but I have tried, I honestly have tried it, and it works amazing, especially with oily skin. And it's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. That's that silicone-y feeling primer that's supposed to help with oil absorption or whatever. But I do suggest that one because that does have a really nice effect, and I have used it before. But another high-end one would be the Benefit the Professional. This, you have to read the back. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oil-free, so it's not going to add extra oil. It does have that silicone feeling, and it definitely mattifies my face. And this is a lightweight, translucent, silky formula, and it's also oil-free like I mentioned. And this is a really nice product and definitely worth the money. I see a difference when I use this with my makeup. There's multiple ways you can use this. Some people use it just as a pore minimizer and use it not as primer. But I use it as both. I use it before primer and after moisturizer, or sometimes I use it just as my primer. And I do like this both ways. I think it works great, and it's also oil-free, so that's a plus. And then I have 2, what's it called, drugstore ones. The first one is my Rimmel Fix the Perfect Pro Primer, and I actually just purchased this a few months ago and have been using it for a while, so I do have a lot to say about this product. But it's supposed to smooth, resurface, brighten, mattify, and protect. And let me see. I don't think this is oil-free, but it's supposed to mattify, which is always great, and it does have that kind of silicone feeling, like I said before. Basically, this just comes out white, and I will kind of show you guys. This is supposed to mattify. It doesn't do a super amazing job, but it does mattify. I don't know if you guys can even see on my skin, but there's no shininess to it. It doesn't really have a scent, and if it does, I don't even smell it. I don't even notice it. But it's a really, really, really great product, and it's cheap. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative for primers, look at Walgreens or your CVS or Boots or whatever. And then I basically like the silicone mattifying feeling of primers, especially when you have oily skin. And this one I've been using is the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Professional Magic Perfecting Base. And this is a moussey consistency, and it definitely mattifies. It's not super oily. I do see like a little bit of an oily residue if you don't completely blend it in, so you want to make sure you completely blend in this product. And I see the same results with the mattifying factor with this one and this one, because I can see like the same effect on both hands, and I do like that, and it's also super cheap. I want to mention two foundations that I really don't think are good for you if you have oily skin, and these two are the ones that I would not suggest. I don't really have any ones that I would suggest because basically there's like a wide spectrum of foundations I would suggest, and I'm not going to spend like 8 hours talking about foundations because I can't talk. If you guys would like a oily skinned foundation, kind of what to suggest for you guys, leave it in a request again in the inboxes or in the comments. But these are like my two not to go to when I have oily skin. The first one is the NARS Sheer Glow. I love this foundation to death. This is one of my favorites. It's amazing. I'm in the shade DeVille. But I do see a little bit of an oily residue, and I do see a little bit of like an oily thing going on with my face when I do use this, but it's not like overpowering. If you have dry skin, I would suggest this because I do see like a moisturizing factor in this. But again, if you do have oily skin, I would not suggest this. Plus, it's $42. So if you're looking for a foundation, I would not suggest this one. If you have chronic oily skin, just kidding, there's no such thing. I don't think. Chronic oily skin? I don't know. But oily skin. And then the next one is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup, and I'm in the shade Buff. And I see like a major oily residue with this. Not like overpowering, but let me see how to explain this. Okay, so it kind of has like the dewy feeling, but I feel like it has a ton of moisturizer in it, or something that's like a factor with moisture. And I can feel like on my skin it's a little bit sticky with like the oily. But I do see like a different kind of formula with this, and I would not suggest that if you have oily skin. That just kind of got like two maybe foundations that are like high end and lower end. Maybe on your list that you want to try out, and if you do have oily skin, take that off your list because I definitely do not see any ingredients working with your favor in those foundations unless you use like a mattifying powder. Now on to powders. The first one I love, and it mattifies and also adds a little bit more coverage, is the MAC MSF Natural. I cannot rave enough about this. This is like the best powder I've ever tried in the world, and it's definitely worth the $30 or $32 it is. When I use BB creams, this is my go-to powder, and I do not see a oily residue with this. I do feel like a mattifying aspect, and I do like this, and I definitely think it's worth the money. And then two mattifying powders, which I think are definitely working in a favor. And this specific one says it's supposed to help with shine control. And this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. This is a long-lasting flawless matte coverage. And I'm in the shade Sandstorm. It says it's a lightweight, long-lasting shine control with natural minerals for a flawless matte finish. It helps minimize the appearance of pores, and it's dermatologically tested. So, this is a really nice product for $5. I've been using it constantly. I have not used it today, which might be the reason why my skin's a little bit oily, because I've been using it ever since I got it, and it has helped. But again, it was like $5, and it definitely helps with shine control and mattifying. So if you do want the mattifying aspect, that's super cheap, and it is a really great product. And then the next one is another drugstore one, and this is the Maybelline Dream Matte Powder. And I am in the shade Beige, and this is a really nice powder. As you guys can see, I've hit pan on it. I don't see any coverage, extra coverage with this, but I do see a mattifying aspect. If you don't care about the coverage, go with this. If you do care about the coverage, this one has a little bit more coverage, and I do see difference. But I really do like this. It's really cheap, and it does give you the mattifying look to your face. And I know that Miss Glamorazzi has gone on and on about this, and she has oily skin. So yeah, I really like this, and it's cheap. Then for blushes, I suggest sticking with the NYX ones. I don't suggest sticking with a shimmery powder because that can kind of enhance the like glimmer of like the oil and stuff like that. You want to stick with something mattifying, or that's just a plain mattified color. This one is actually new, but I'm obsessed with it already, and it's the NYX blush in the color Mocha. I've never actually had a NYX blush before, but I have really been liking this. It's super pigmented, has no shimmer, and it's super mattifying. So all pluses for me on this, and I definitely rate this like a 4.5 out of 5 because it's such an amazing product. But again, if you have oily skin, if you want kind of like a mattifying blush, I definitely suggest checking out the NYX Blushes lines. They have a really nice array of colors, and I know a lot of them are not the shimmery type. And then this is a really nice product, especially during the summertime. It's the Physicians Formula Healthy Wear Bronzer, and I have this in the shade, whoa, light. And yes, I broke this, and I have hit pan on this. But this is a super, super, super matte bronzer, and it also comes in different colors. If you have super light skin tone, I suggest the light color. I don't have super light, but I have medium, and this is like a really great color for like a subtle contour. But it gives a really nice bronzing effect, and they have it in, I think, 2 other different colors besides light. I think it's medium and dark, or that just might be light and medium. But I love this, and it has an SPF of 50, which is really great during the summertime especially. And definitely controls oil. And then the last few products they have are mattifying eyeshadows. Not mattifying eyeshadows, but matte eyeshadows. There's a different, I think basically every brand has a matte eyeshadow, at least one, unless they're like a super, like glitter or shimmer based eyeshadow brand, then they might not have one. But I have a few eyeshadows to show you guys. I know Miss Glamorazzi has oily lids, and she always talks about that, and she prefers the NARS eyelid primer. So if you guys are looking for an eyelid primer, I do not own that product, but if you guys want to check out her video, just go to Miss Glamorazzi's, what's it called? Miss Glamorazzi's channel. I don't know why I can think of it. I think she's a review, but she might have like a tutorial where she explains that it's like amazing. Anyways, let's get on to the subject, and my tooth is like stinging. Anyways, sorry, that was a really weird like pause, but Jordana is a really nice, actually a really nice drugstore brand that's actually cheaper than like most drugstore brands. But this is just the Jordana, let's see, Color Effects eyeshadow powder in the color Good Match. And these are 2 matte colors. The first one is a cream kind of color. It's a little bit sheer. This one's like basically the same color as like Buck by Urban Decay. But these are really nice colors, and if you are the person to not like shimmer, I know my mom doesn't really like shimmer just because she's a little bit older, and shimmer is just kind of like for younger people. I think once you hit like your 40s, you like kind of get set back from shimmer. But I think like teens or younger kids and like up to like your 30s, you're fine with shimmer. I think some people that are older can pull off shimmer. I think it's just like your preference. But basically these are really, really, really nice eyeshadows. They're pigmented and they're matte, so that's always a plus. And I know Stila has really nice eyeshadows. This one's in the color Chinchina, and this is just their mineral matte eyeshadow. So they might have like a line of like their mineral matte eyeshadows, but that's the color Chinchina, Chinchina, I don't know. But I call it Chinchina, so I don't know what it is. Ooh, and I just nicked it. No! This is my favorite eyeshadow ever. And this is a matte eyeshadow, but it does have a little bit shimmer in it, and I'm going to take it out of the little thing so I can show you guys. But this is like a decent size eyeshadow, and I got this at Nordstrom Rack. I know they do sell this online, but this is a really pretty kind of like mocha bronzy color. But it's matte and it has subtle shimmer, and it would look amazing on oily eyelids because, again, it is that mattifying aspect. And then another suggestion is the Naked palette, because they do have an array of matte eyeshadows in here. They have 2 matte eyeshadows, but I love them to death. They're my favorite eyeshadows ever. And I used to hate matte eyeshadows until I discovered these, and I've been really into them lately. So basically, this is in the color Naked. I think you can buy these separately besides the palette. But the color, whoa, no, what is wrong with me? I just poked another hole in another eyeshadow. I'm so stupid. Okay. Anyways, moving on from the tragedy. Naked and Buck are really, really, really nice eyeshadows. Naked's a little bit more natural that I feel like a lot of people could pull off all of the lid, or if you're a little bit more of like a paler side, or you want like a lighter color on the lid, this would be amazing in the crease with like a darker matte eyeshadow in the outer corner. But Buck is an amazing eyeshadow for crease and outer corner work. It's such a pretty color. I've actually been using Naked sometimes for my eyebrows because they really kind of bring, like, it's not a too dark color, but it's matte, so it's not going to be like a shimmery eyeshadow in your eyebrows. But I love these two colors, and I'm pretty sure you can buy those separately outside of the palettes. I think Urban Decay's eyeshadows are $18. Um, but I have a couple from Urban Decay that are in like the old packaging. This is like my least favorite Urban Decay eyeshadow because it's like green eyeshadow. And I've never found like the use for it, but obviously if I'm aspiring to be a makeup artist, you need like every color in the rainbow, so I'm gonna keep it. But this is a really pretty color actually. I just like don't know what I personally would wear it with. Unless I was like requested to like do it on someone else. Like I really don't know what like a green color would look like. But it's a really pretty like Kelly green. And their eyeshadows are super pigmented. But I know if you check out Outlook, they have some colors that are actually in the Naked palette sometimes on sale. And I think they're like $9 or $6 or $3. It's like $3 to $9 range. But yeah, but this is a matte eyeshadow. Oh, I didn't notice that. But they do have really nice matte eyeshadows. This is a matte eyeshadow, by the way. If you're looking for like a green matte eyeshadow, this is in the color Chronic. And yeah, that's what that looks like. And I just like never find like a look to do with that. But anyways, that concludes my video, and I cannot believe this is 21 minutes long. I'm gonna see if I can edit this, and I doubt it. But if I'm in luck, I'll be able to. But anyways, that concludes my oiliness video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!